And what we're going to do is use Bower to install Font Awesome. So I'll go to the command line. I'll create a new window since we're watching our Sass in the other window. And I'll make sure we're in the directory of our project. So I'm going to drag over the file and type cd before I drop this in. And now, just like before, we're going to use Bower install, and then we'll use the name of the package. We've done this before with normalize.css. And now we're going to add a parameter here, which is -- save. Now what this will do is when we download and install this package, it will also add this package as a line in the dependencies in our bower.json file. If we didn't have this save, it would just download this without adding that line, and we'd end up adding that line manually. All right, I'll hit enter. Now if we go back to our directory and we take a look at our bower.json, you can see that we now have Font Awesome listed in our dependencies. And if we expand our Bower components, we see Font Awesome right here. And when we expand this, we'll see the same structure that we downloaded from the Font Awesome website directly. So now if we wanted to switch over our dependency on Font Awesome to using the files in here, we'd simply need to change the location that our font face is pointing to in order to pull in the font. So if we go back to our editor and we go to our base.scss, the difference is going to be right here. So because this is SCSS, we can use a variable in order to prefix a longer directory name wherever we have a pointer to a URL. So let's create a variable called path. And again, because it's inside of these brackets, it will be a local variable that's only used in here. And let's look at our new directory structure. So our styles.css is going to be in here. So we're going to bump up one directory, and then we'll look inside our components, and then inside Font Awesome, and then inside the fonts directory. Okay, so let's look at this side by side so we get this right. So for the path, we're going to go up one, and then we're going to go into Bower components. And then we're going to go into Font Awesome, and then into the fonts directory. And I'll add a trailing slash here. And now we're going to use this path instead of this first part in all the URLs. And we'll simply use concatenation, and we'll use a concatenation operator in order to merge this text with this text here. And let's just copy this, and we'll paste it everywhere where we have a URL here. All right, that should be good. Now, if we change the path later, maybe there's some other way that we're getting Font Awesome into our project, then we can simply change the path in one place. And now we should be able to remove this fonts folder, which just has all of the different Font Awesome font files. And now let's open up the browser, go to our example and refresh. Okay, cool. Now the Font Awesome that we're using is being managed by a package manager, which means we can easily update to newer versions in a future date. And also, something we haven't mentioned yet is that if you use version control, you can omit these files from version control and have your team manually download these. That's not something that everybody does, but it's one option that will help keep your repository more minimal. Now, if that didn't make any sense to you, don't worry about it. I just wanted to mention it as one additional bonus for those of you who are using version control.